Hey guys, I'm Amy. I felt guided to come on and do some reading. So today I'm going to start with a Divine Masculine reading. And I'll be using the Wildwood Tarot, the Wild Unknown Tarot, and the Yogi Oracle. And I'm going to start with the Wildwood Tarot. So Spirit, please show me what it is that this masculine collective needs to see and hear today. Spirit, what is it this masculine collective needs to see and hear? Spirit. Okay, so we're going to start with Zero, the Wanderer. Very first card in the tarot, first card in the major arcana. I I do love this rainbow. The person on the card is stepping across. I wanted to point that out. Okay, so this will be on pages 36 and 37. Those numbers could be relevant to you. At this moment, the burdens of the past are set aside, either for the wanderer to pick up and take along, or to leave behind if the weight is too great. The wheel of the year is beginning its great cycle, bringing a new range of possibilities and challenges. The wanderer is ready to make the leap into the unknown. All that is required is faith. The wanderer represents the wisdom or courage to let go, to step into the void of the possible. Something within you may have already begun this unconscious, instinctive leap across the abyss. You know it's time to move on. Sometimes the fear of loss or failure may make you doubt the validity of change. You may want to wait or hesitate at the critical moment because of the comfort of security, but the momentum of the great wheel has already sent the heart of the wanderer into the future, leaping across the gap with courage and joy. Now the figure must leave the burdens that have been carried for so long and trust to the wings of imagination. The wanderer is both an end and a beginning. Our journey has already come full circle, and as you distill your life experience into sacred memory and put the past and its burdens to rest, the future waits patiently for you to make the first move. Remember that your wisdom, strength, and whatever personal experiences and skills you have may not help you now. The honest spirit of human inquisitiveness leads you beyond yourself into a new life. This unconscious energy creates a rainbow bridge that rises and greets your foot. It will carry you over the void as you step, trusting and empowered into the unknown. You've come to a junction or turning point in your life. It may be an unconscious state in which you feel the tide has turned or sense something is going to happen. In a way, it already has. Your spirit must move on, and the desire to leap into the unknown beckons. This may mean leaving behind or giving up some baggage or burden that you've carried with you from the past. Now is the time to be clear and not let fear of falling or sad disillusion with the universe hold you back. Let your imagination carry you into a new set of possibilities. It is a time to travel hopefully and open your arms to new and challenging aspects of the universe. Okay, so it seems, Divine Masculine Collective, that you definitely have some new beginnings on the way, and you're being asked to face them with an open heart. We've got number 20, the Great Bear. Fear of death and damnation have mutated into a distorted view of the card known traditionally as judgment, as the calling of righteous souls from their graves by an angel on Judgment Day. But the universe is much simpler than religious theologies would have it. The laws of evolution and cause and effect have more to do with divine judgment than human morals. If on a personal level life is squandered in the pursuit of vainglories and pretentious ambition, the painful void left within an individual's soul will make itself known through despair and frustration. On the earthly or universal sphere, if we abuse the ecosystem and lay waste to world resources, nature will find a way to redress the balance by its own evolutionary means. Nature is not vindictive, just practical. By the same token, if time is spent educating and understanding ourselves, this investment in wisdom will help us live our lives with a deeper respect for all humanity and nature. Life will be enriched by the joy and beauty of the universe. The Great Bear is the guardian of the forest ways and holds the power of life and death over those who transgress its laws. After experiencing the stages of being stripped and laid bare, the initiate experiences renewed strength and wisdom and is reborn into a place of quiet stillness, peace, and rest that allows the healing process to be completed. The new, whole, reconstituted person lies hibernating, full of potential, ready to meet the coming spring with energy and joy. The only thing in life that is assured is that if you wait long enough, it will change. How you survive that change and who you are after it is up to you. The major element in this process is judgment of yourself and others. This may relate to an assessment regarding a personal matter or situation and could be linked to the process of forgiving. It may also relate to a group or social decision. In the process of judgment, both as an individual and on the universal level, honesty is the key. Be honest, be forgiven, be patient, but most of all, be assured change is at hand. Remember, the universe has a long memory. Nothing is ever forgotten. And this was on pages 76 and 77, so those numbers could be relevant to you. Okay, next we have Four of Arrows, Rest. Look at that beautiful butterfly on that card. Four of Arrows, Rest. This is the only one that's not in the Major Arcana that just came out. The fact that three of the four cards, Major Arcana, you do have major changes upon you right now. Okay, the Four of Arrows. Recharging after a period of stressful activity, work, or emotional trauma. Allow time for the imagination to sojourn into the other world to renew and rejuvenate vitality. In this stressful and demanding world, we sometimes forget that rest is a necessary part of a healthy lifestyle and sleep a vital part of recuperation in the healing process. This primal mechanism is not just for the well being of the body, but the mind and imagination as well. Muscles need time to repair and rebuild after strenuous exertion, and the functions of the human psyche need dreams and deep sleep to aid the process, bringing order to what sometimes seems the chaos and random machinations of daily life. Sometimes inspiration and insight can also come through restful meditation and lucid dreaming. Welcome in these insights joyfully and take note of what your subconscious is saying to you. One of the first human instincts when confronted with a survival situation in any wild environment is to find or build a shelter to provide protection from the elements and act as a safe place to rest and sleep in safety. Without that basic human security requirement, survivors often become disoriented, make poor decisions, and become unable to physically complete simple and necessary tasks, eventually losing hope. Rest and sleep are vital to restore stamina and vitality. So you're being very, very guided here, masculines, to make sure that you are getting enough rest. I don't know, let's put that away. We got number 11, the Woodward, to read. Okay. Final message from the Woodwood Tarot is the Woodward, number 11. That number could be relevant to you. The classical tarot image of strength is a beautiful, mature woman controlling or holding a lion. The inherent balance of this image shows the calm beauty of patience and love, countering the unbridled emotions of anger and hate. The woodward, an ancient guardian of the wildwood, symbolizes the inner power that comes from facing fear and understanding the nature of darkness. The inner strength that comes from this awareness gives the individual the emotional body language and the humility that says, I am not a victim. Treat me with respect. Do not mistake my passivity for weakness. Within the Wildwood Tarot, the woodward is a hunter whose prey is solutions to moments of crisis. He acts as an emotional backstop when fate or the destructive energy in a situation faces us with seemingly irrational or overwhelming desire. When the individual is removed from a place of seeming security, they are stripped of the emotional baggage that holds them in a state of limbo. During this stripping away of illusory power, individuals find within themselves their true inner strength. A person who has learned from the experience of the journey around the wheel of the year gains vital wisdom about the nature of patience and resolution. However, neither of these qualities is enough on its own to give the spiritual hunter courage to forage in the wilderness again. A certain fierceness is needed. The hunter must be as strong or cunning as the creature they are tracking, and as dedicated to their goal as the lioness is to protecting and feeding her cubs. This is not mindless, irrational aggression, but the tempered stoicism of a cool and resolute passion. The strength of the woodward is both a balance and a dichotomy known between the energy of the hunter or the guardian and the grounded inspiration found within the ecstasy of drumming and war dancing. These energies honor the qualities that provide protection and inspiration. Through adversity or the process of rebalancing in life, we find courage within ourselves that flows from an unknown source. Sometimes that courage has to do with facing unavoidable truth or dealing with a person or problem that no amount of physical confrontation or emotional bravery will resolve. The woodward strength, drawn from nature's inherent power to renew and overcome, is needed if we are to foresee what is to come and wait upon the turning of the season. Sometimes, excuse me, sometimes when faced with a challenging situation, we must find our own inner backstop, the point from which we will not retreat or from which we can move forward with quiet confidence. The Wildwood ethos has much to teach humanity about calm, resolute strength. Okay, that was a lot. Now I'm going to move on to the Wildwood Tarot. So, Spirit, please show me what else this masculine collective needs to see and hear today. What does this masculine collective need to see and hear, Spirit? Okay, thank you, Spirit. Now we got number 7 in the major arcana. And this is the Chariot, Cancer energy, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. The Chariot is your confidence, your will, and your inner warrior. At points in your life when you felt the bliss of achievement or triumph, you were riding on his back. Build a relationship with this part of yourself. Try to see the Chariot inside you. The more focused your mind, the easier it will be to sense his presence and stay mounted on his back. With a fixed gaze and sure footing, you'll be headed toward all you dream of. Okay, and that was pages 178, 179. Those numbers could be relevant. Next, we have the 8 of Wands. Mary the Wands, thank you. Sudden movement or change. The 8 of Wands strikes like lightning. It's a card of news, change, or clarity in an unresolved situation. You might hear from an old friend out of the blue or receive some surprising news that shifts the direction of your course. This card sometimes means literal movement is on the horizon, so be ready to travel if the opportunity arises. Be ready, masculines. Now we got the 3 of Wands. Envisioning the future. Absolutely beautiful, masculines. I love this for you. The 3 of Wands indicates you've had continued support from others, perhaps from your parents or 2 good friends. With their help, you formed a sense of self, of your values and morals. But now it's time to rely on yourself for guidance. Clarify your goals and cast others' needs and opinions aside. The future is infinite and it's yours. No one else can see through its layers of light and shadow. And that's pages 48 and 49. So those numbers could be relevant for you. Next, we have the 4 of Wands. A lot of wands came out for this reading. Okay, you've done it. The 4 of Wands is a card of completion. Your labors have been steady and strong, and the harvest will be plentiful. In other words, it's time to party. There might be an upcoming event to mark this occasion, a graduation, wedding, or celebration of some kind. So enjoy yourselves and those you love. This is an exciting and prosperous time. And then we have the 7 of Wands is next. Okay, courage and inner strength, pages 56 and 57. A single wand stands up tall, ablaze with light. The others fall away in shadow. Such is the story of the 7 of Wands. You'll not find any strength or support from others, only yourself. It's time to be truly courageous and stand up for your beliefs. You may feel overwhelmed with caution and fear, but your internal fire will guide the way. Beautiful. And then we have number 5 in the major arcana, the Hierophant. And the crow could be significant to you. Okay, mentor seeking knowledge, pages 174 and 175. In its simplest form, the Hierophant represents a mentor or teacher. This card signifies a hunger for knowledge, whether it is in the practical or the spiritual realm. You've come as far as you can on your own. Now it's the time to deepen your practice. Don't hesitate. Join a class, go to a workshop. Don't be afraid of new experiences. A new ceremony or ritual may prove to be both comforting and rewarding. Open your heart and your teacher will soon appear. Beautiful. I absolutely love this for you, Matt. Oh, and we got the freaking Emperor next. Divine masculine energy. I want to throw that out there. We've got the Emperor here. Emperor. Protection, stability, the Father. The Emperor is the Father. He's the Tarot's perfect counterpart to the Empress. He represents the side of you that is protective, decisive, and truly stable. He brings clarity of mind, and this in turn leads to actions or decisions. Sometimes this card is literal and points to a paternal relationship in your life. At other times, it suggests reconnecting with the part of you that stands strong and tall and knows just what to do. With help from the sun, the Emperor can see for miles and miles. Pages 172 and 173. Okay, and now we have the Son of Pentacles coming up. So this may represent your child, maybe your inner child. Let's find the Son of Pentacles. Sweet. Pages 156 and 157. Loyal, quiet, dedicated. The good side of the Son of Pentacles is that he's loyal and determined. He's inventive and can be trusted wholeheartedly. But sometimes this figure becomes stubborn and persistent to a fault. This, combined with his quiet nature, results in his being hard to get to know and socially awkward at times. He commonly has only one or two close friends rather than many. Well, geez, that's just my energy. Okay, so you have, that could be your energy or someone in your energy has that energy. We have Judgment next. And okay, so now we've had Judgment coming out of both decks, right? Because the Woodward said, nope, the Great Bear said. That's right, it was the Great Bear. I do want to throw a, I don't know why I was just getting 22 for that. That's not 22. Okay, never mind. Never mind, my brain was being weird. Judgment, I believe, is the final, no, the world is. But Judgment, forgiveness, pages 204 and 205. The word judgment conjures up fear and guilt in many people. This card, however, concerns itself with another aspect of this word, seeking the truth. No more blaming yourself or others, no more excuses. Now is the time for forgiveness and personal freedom. This card asks you to rise up and let pettiness and fear fall below you. Expand your wings and be reborn. What a relief it will be. And then the final card is the Ten of Wands. My goodness, so much wand energy. A lot of passion and energy right now is what I'm getting from that. Okay, burdens, blockage, and difficulty, pages 62 and 63. The Ten of Wands is a difficult card to face. Mental or physical burdens have been weighing on your spirit. Over time, this leads to hopelessness and depression. You simply can't get through to what you want. You cannot see the way. If this card appears in response to a person or situation, it may be best to simply walk away. But if this card comes up frequently, it indicates you are attracted to negativity. You choose to walk the hard road. Yes, this Ten of Wands. Let go of those burdens that are not yours to carry. That is what Spirit wants you to hear, the message that Spirit wants you to hear from that card. Let go of any burdens that are not yours to carry. Okay, and finally, I'm going to pull a message from the Yogi Oracle. So, Spirit, what is it? The masculine. Okay, well, thank you. This is turning into a really long reading, Masculine Collective. I thank you if you're still here with me through this. Someone needed to hear this long reading, though. That's why Spirit has it happening. We got Dora Tabo, Muddy Field Monks, Regret, Attachment, Lingering Affection. I need to get a drink. Tabo. Oops. Pages 46 and 47, so these numbers could be relevant to you. Clinging desperately to the past. Rising up from a forgotten rice field, Dorotabo thrusts his hand into the air and cries out, longing for what once was. He clings to the past, unable to let go of his mistakes and what has been lost. This yogi warns that holding on too tightly to what is gone can muddy your present and block your path forward. The phrase Myron Gamashi captures the burdens of deep-rooted emotional attachments to the past. The Dora Tabo card asks you to examine any unresolved anger, resentment, guilt, and regret. Or a difficult relationship you just can't let go of. The first step is to identify and name these clingy burdens. Then you can break the cycle and work on releasing them. Reflection: what attachments or memories might be holding you back, and how can you begin to let them go? Okay, next we have Ryu Dragons, Self-Mastery, Confidence, Fluidity. Look at the dragon on that card. I love it. I think this is the whole reason I bought the deck. That dragon was on the outside of the card, or outside of the box. Yeah. Okay, Ryu Dragons is on pages 114 and 115. Be the master wherever you go. Soaring through the heavens, gliding across a serene lake, or reigning over a castle deep in the oceans, the Ryu commands supreme respect. These majestic yogi are symbols of strength, wisdom, and fortune, and have even been worshipped. Zushu Sashu, a famous Zen teaching, emphasizes self-mastery and mindfulness. It means cultivating the inner strength and awareness that will enable you to thrive and take charge of your life, no matter the external circumstances. Just as the Ryu's presence commands respect and awe regardless of where it goes, you too have the ability to shape your circumstances through inner confidence and adaptability. This card challenges you to step into your power, be proactive, and thrive wherever life takes you. Reflection: where in your life do you feel uncertain or out of control? How can you cultivate self-reliance to become the master of your circumstances? Okay, next we have In Moment, Flying Bolts of Cloth. Flexibility, subtle strength, adaptability. This is on pages 62 and 63. Softness overcomes hardness. A strip of white cloth glides silently through the sky, swirling and dancing. It seems harmless, but this is the item moment, a yogi that wraps around unsuspecting victims, suffocating them in its delicate grip, or whisks them away, never to be seen again. Though gentle in appearance, the item moment uses its softness with deadly force. The proverb, softness overcomes hardness, is illustrated in the sport of judo. The word judo means gentle way, in which smaller athletes can overcome larger ones. Instead of direct resistance, yielding and redirecting lead to victory. Willow trees bend, Great negotiators compromise. Water carves through mountains. In a world that prizes toughness, the Eiten Moment card reminds us that grace, flexibility, and adaptability can triumph over brute strength. Reflection. How can you use redirection and flexibility as sources of strength to overcome a larger opponent or challenge? Okay, so that's something for you to think about. And then finally we have Furukuchiona. Yeah, I can barely pronounce that. Two-mouth woman. Duality, authenticity, balance. Here we go. Pages 54 and 55. True feelings and public face. At first glance, she seems a devoted wife, but beneath the hair on the back of her head hides a voracious second mouth. The Fudakuchi Anna embodies duality, both a loving caregiver and an ogre woman needing to feed her children. Hani is your true self, your genuine thoughts and feelings, while Tatame is the face you put on for the outside world, what you use to adjust to various situations. This card is one focused on balance and self awareness. When do you speak your truth openly, and when do you adapt out of respect or social norms? Being your authentic self doesn't mean discarding consideration for others. Like the Fudakuchi Anna, who must feed both mouths, you will thrive when you nourish your inner self and act skillfully in the outer world. Reflection. How can you celebrate your true feelings and unique voice while adapting to the needs of the situations around you? Okay. So I am going to leave this reading here now. I thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.